Welcome to my channel, and I'm back with you once again with another video of Microsoft Flight Simulator 24. This video is going to be a complete walkthrough of the Flybywire Airbus A380, and I will just take you through all the procedures. Actually, I've been getting lots of requests for this plane on my channel, so that's why I just wanted to do this flight before I make the tutorials, so that it's also a refresher for me as well. And plus, if you know how to fly the Airbus A320, you will be easily flying this one. Today I will be doing this flight from Dubai to Islamabad, and the reason for selecting this route is that back in 2018 May, the new Islamabad International Airport was inaugurated, which is capable of handling the Airbus A380, and in July, Emirates carried out a flight from Dubai to Islamabad because PIA played a very vital role in setting up the Emirates airline. So that's why I'm just doing this flight, and right now I'm at the parking gate. The plane is in the cold and dark state, so let's start the plane. But before I start the plane, just let's make sure that the thrust levers are in the idle position. I have actually configured the thrust master TCA quadrant according to the Airbus A400M, so it's also applicable on this plane. So if I just show you the settings over here for the quadrant, you will see that the settings are for the Airbus A400M. I will give you a link in the description for that video. If you don't know how to configure it, then you can just go and watch it and do it accordingly. So here it is. Just make sure that the flaps are retracted, and the ground spoilers are also disarmed. The gear lever is down, and the wipers are off. That's it. So now on the overhead panel, you have 4 buttons for the battery, and just turn them on. The external power is already available, but you can also connect the GPU if the external power is not available from the EFB, and you can do this. Okay, so that's it. So now I can get the external power, and within some time the PFD and the ND will be available. Now there are a few things in the settings, just go through them. Although you can just check all the settings, but two important things. You can connect the SimBrief account with this EFB because this plane works with the SimBrief account, and plus you can also incorporate your Navigraph account with this EFB, and you can then from here you can get the charts for the Navigraph. That's it. And for the realism, for the ADIRS align time, I've set it to instant because I just want to save time. So I will quickly do this. ADIRS 1, 3, and 2 set to nav. And now the iris alignment is complete. Now I have already made the flight plan. So I will just go to the EFB and import the flight plan. With this plane, I'm actually getting this message a lot, so kindly excuse me for this. I'm actually planning to upgrade to RTX 5090, so let's see when this thing happens. So once you import the flight plan, you have the complete route and plus the weather information. Then from here, you can carry out the ground services. You can get the jet bridge, you can get the baggage truck, you can get the catering truck. There is always a gap between the plane and the jetway. If I just go out and show it to you, you will see there's this gap. So I think it's a bug, and maybe it's fixed. This is also a development 4K version, so it's not even complete. So that's why there's this issue. Okay, now let's get the fuel. I have set the fueling time to instant, so let's set the fuel and plus the payload. That's it. And now it's time to configure the FMS. You will see this page. You will see the engine type and plus the ARAG cycle. Now from here, you can go to the init page, which is initialization. If you select this menu, you can just go to init. And if you don't see this page, then you can just select it from this menu, FMS1. And then go to init. And from here, you can request the company flight plan. And once it's there, you can load it. It will take some time. Now it's done. Insert, and that's it. Now simply follow this, what you can say, the sequence. First of all, set the departure, then the nav aids, fuel and load, and takeoff. So for the departure, let's look at the operational flight plan. It's over here in the EFB. It's 30 right, and DevMo 4F is the SID. 30 right, DevMo 4F for the departure, insert, and for the arrival, it's runway 10 right for Islamabad, and Kalmi 1A is the star. So let's select the runway, ILS 10 right, if I'm not wrong, yeah, 10 right, and then ILS 10 right, via, just leave it like this, and star is Kalmi 1A. Now you can look at the flight plan from here. Just move this knob to plan, and you can scroll through the flight plan, and you can see this approach is not correct because it's first taking you to ISDOR and then there is a discontinuity. So what I'll do is this. I will actually delete all these waypoints. So after Kalmi, because this is the point, so after Kalmi we don't need anything. Delete, insert, delete, insert, delete. You have to do this. But obviously if you're selecting some other airport, you will get a correct approach. So now if I zoom out, you will see that it's the correct approach. I don't know, it's happening with this plane, but anyhow, it's there. And now I have the flight plan. After this, just go to even this init page, nav aids. If you want to enter the VR frequencies, you can use this page for it. Let's go back to init. And now let's enter the fuel and load. So go to the electronic flight bag, and over here, first of all, let's get the payload. The zero fuel weight is 350.4 tons. So 350.4 tons. And the zero fuel weight center of gravity is 34.3. And the block fuel is 53.7 tons. Press enter. The passenger number is already there, 484 passengers. Now it's time to do the takeoff performance calculation. So let's go to init again and takeoff performance. For this, just press tab and get the electronic flight bag for the Microsoft Flight Simulator and use the SimBrief dispatch system for it. If you don't have it and you want to install it for the Microsoft Flight Simulator, then I will give you a link in the description in which I've shown you how to install this. Otherwise, you have to go to the SimBrief page. Now you will see this performance tab. From here, just populate from the last flight. You will get all the information, populate whether it's good, and then just press calculate. You can keep it at formatted, or I prefer this, the text format. And now you have to enter the V1, VR, and V2. It's 144 knots. And then 151. And 156. That's it. It's flex, and flex to temp is 66 degrees. Now, there's one last thing that you have to do is set the gross weight center of gravity for the takeoff, trim settings for the pitch, whether to pitch up or down. THS is actually trimmable horizontal stabilizer. So just go over here and just switch it to crossway center of gravity. It's 38.2. Just enter it over here, 38.2. And packs will be on. Transition altitude is 13,000 for this flight, and that's it. So it's simple to actually configure the FMS. Now this plane has a built-in checklist. If you go over here on the pedestal, you will see this button checklist, and you can scroll through the items by using these buttons. So just go to this first option, cockpit preparation, and gear pins and covers removed, fuel quantity complete. Now turn on the seatbelt signs. So seatbelt signs on, no mobile sign set to auto, and let's arm the emergency exit. Lights, strobe I will set to auto, beacon let's set it to on, nav on, and logo I will keep it at auto. Let's turn on the crew supply for the oxygen. Let's turn on the fuel pumps. And that's it. Baro reference, just press comma and you will get the barometric pressure or the QNH for this flight. It's 9 or 9 or 5, it's there. So this is correct. And if I go to the init page, I can also use this button to scroll through different menus in FMS. And the cruising altitude is 39,000 feet or flight level 390. That's it. So this is also set for the flight. The flight director is on. Just make sure. And let's check this, and the checklist complete. And now before start, let's keep it over here. And that's it. Now it's time to turn on the APU. So this is the APU master switch. Just turn it on, wait for 3-4 seconds, and then you can press this button start like this. And within some time, you will have the APU available. You can see the progress of the APU in the lower ECAM, which is electronic centralized aircraft monitor. And once you have power from the APU, then you can disconnect the external power and then you can start the pushback. Now the APU is available. That's good. I can turn on the APU bleed. This is a compressed air which is used to turn on the engines. And that's it. So everything is good now. I can disconnect the external power and go to the EFB. And let's make sure that the ground power unit is disconnected and we get rid of the jet bridge. Let's look at the doors. I think it should get closed. No. You have to close it. And it's closed now. So all the doors are now closed. Now I can check this item because obviously I will be disengaging the parking brakes for the pushback. Takeoff speeds are there, beacon is on, checklist complete. And then now we have the after start checklist, so I will just keep it like this, and after the start we'll go through that checklist. Now it's time to start the pushback. So in the ground services you will see this option pushback. First of all, turn on the system and then call the tug. You can control the speed. I will just increase the speed over here and just release the parking brakes. That's it, and the pushback has started. It was an instant pushback. I can further increase the speed. And from here I can also change the direction, whether to turn left or right. The tug is there. Is anything? Yeah, now it's back again. So let's turn right. With this, I can also turn on the transponder. If you go over here on the screen, you will see this option serve and set it to auto and TAR. That's it. Let's start the pushback again. If it stops, it's actually the development version. It's not the stable one, so that's why we have this issue. So hopefully in the coming few updates, these things are solved. But it's a brilliant plane because it's free of cost. This is the best thing about it. I remember it was one of the most anticipated planes in the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. And I was really excited when it was launched. So disconnect tug and Let's turn off the pushback system. Now it's time to turn on the engines. So this is the engine start switch. Just move it to ignition. And let's start all the 4 engines. Save some time. Now if I just go out of the plane, you will see all the 4 engines running. Such a beautiful sight. Reminds me of all the flights that I've done from Dubai in real life. I was there this year in February. So now everything is good. Let's bring up this checklist. Press this stick and let's keep this thing over here. Right now, as the engines are not running, so the power from the engine is not available. That's why the hydraulic system is not working. But as soon as the engines are available and you have power from the engines, then the hydraulic system will also work, and you will see the now the trim is getting set for the takeoff. %38.2%. That's it. So do we have power from the engines? You can see yes, we have power from the engines. So I can turn off the APU bleed and the APU, turn on the lights for the taxi, runway turn off lights and wing lights on. That's it. Now in this plane, you can move this knob all the way to the left to get this airport chart to see the runway for the takeoff and plus the taxiways. So I will just keep it like this. That's it. Now anti-ice is not required as I'm not flying in the icing conditions. It's summers, and pitch trim is set and checklist complete. Now let's bring the checklist again, and before the taxi, now flight control. So let's bring up this flight control, and then you can check the elevators, aileron, left and right, and then the rudder, which is good. And let's get rid of it. So this is check, and then you have the flaps. So set to position 1. If you go to this takeoff performance, you will see flaps should be set to 1 for the takeoff. That's it. Now let's turn on the constraints and turn on the weather. Although weather is inoperable in this plane, it will not work. But anyhow, let's turn it on. That's it. And then the ground spoilers should be armed. That's it. Auto brake. Let's set it to R2, reject takeoff. And now takeoff configuration test. So if I just get rid of the checklist and if I press this button, yeah, that's normal. Let's move this switch to normal. That's it. Anything else? So let's complete the checklist. And the next one is for the liner. So now the plane is ready for the taxi and takeoff. Let's release the parking brakes. And let's give some throttle. And move this plane towards the runway. It's going to be a 3 hours flight. Nowadays it's cloudy in Islamabad. It's been raining a lot because it's monsoon. So once I'm near Islamabad, you will also see some clouds. Now I'm holding short of runway 30, right? So let's complete this checklist. And packs are on, checklist complete, and that's it. Now I will also change the view over here on the navigation display. That's it. And let's move this light to take off and release the parking brakes. We have to look left and right for the traffic, but I have turned off the traffic, so there is no traffic in the simulator, because then it's a lot of noise. So for the takeoff, I will first of all give 50% of power, and then I will move the thrust levers to flex, which is over here. The auto throttle for Airbus planes is amazing. Now I'm on the runway 30 right. I will just push the stick a bit forward, and after 100 knots I will just release this pressure. So let's move the thrust levers to 50%. Once the engine spool up, then I can move it to flex. The sound is really amazing for this plane. I can release the side stick.
V1.
And rotate. Positive rate of climb, gears up. I can turn on the autopilot and let the autopilot do its job. So after this speed, I can retract the flaps and the slats. Now let's move the thrust lever to climb. You can see it's set to climb. And after this point, the speed will increase up to 220 knots. But before this, it's 190 knots. You can see weather is not working in this plane. After this point, the speed will increase. Now I can retract the flaps. This is the green dot speed. The plane can fly without the flaps and without the slats. So that's it. It was a nice and smooth takeoff. So I will now wait for 10,000 feet. After that altitude, I will turn off the lights, disarm the ground spoiler, and then I will continue with the flight. The cruising altitude is 39,000 feet. Now the plane is about to cross 10,000 feet and everything is good. So I can disarm the ground spoilers and turn off the wing lights, the runway turn off lights, and the takeoff light, and the seatbelt signs. Let's turn it off, and that's it. So now it's a long way to go. there is this discontinuity in the flight plan. Let's get rid of it. And again, there is a discontinuity. That's it. So now everything is good. Although you can also fly directly towards the next point after the discontinuity, but I don't want to do the stunt in this flight. You have no idea what I've been through. This is the second time I'm recording this video. Initially, when I recorded it, there was some issue with the graphics card and my settings, and there were lots of jerks in the video. So I have to redo this video again. So now I'm going to sit again for the next 3 hours just to make this video. So now once I'm near the top of descent, then I will just do some settings for approach, and then I will just take you from there. The plane is cruising at 39,000 feet, and soon the top of descent will be near. As you can see, it's near. So let's configure this plane for the approach. In the FMS, just go to this option performance and go to approach, and you have to fill in this information for the wind and for the outside temperature and the QNH and the minimums. So I have the Navigraph subscription, and I can access Navigraph. You can download and install this Navigraph plugin for the Microsoft Flight Simulator if you are subscribed to Navigraph. So let's import the flight, and for the destination airport, you have to get the weather information. Let's click this and open airport and weather. Although you can also get it from the operational flight plan. So the wind is right now, it's not mentioned over here. It says calm. So let's enter whatever we have, and the outside temperature is 26 degrees centigrade, and the QNH is 908. Let's also check the runway. The flight plan, it's 10R, right? So that's the one. Let's go to performance again, and over here, let's enter the minimums. So let's enter the category C. That's 1942. There is actually a reference chart in which you can see that what should be the speed for the minimums. You can just search over the internet. So it is the altitude at which you make sure that the plane is aligned with the runway, and you can see the runway for the landing. The target altitude for the descent will be 3,700. This is the point at which I should be, just 12 nautical miles before the runway. And then I will proceed towards the landing. The runway elevation is 1,733 feet above the sea level. So let's wait for the plane to reach this point, the top of descent, and then I will start the descent from here. Now the top of descent is near, so let's adjust the altitude for the descent, and let's set it to 3,700. We also have to check the transition altitude. So once I start the descent, then I will also adjust the transition altitude. It is the altitude at which I will be changing the barometric pressure from the standard to the given one. So let's start the descent, and now you can see that the descent has started. This dot is the vertical path indicator. It shows you whether the plane is following the vertical path or not, although you can also see it over here. The plane is below the vertical path. and by this point it will be following the vertical path. Right now we are below the path. If you are below this vertical path, then it's all right, but if you are above this vertical path, then you have to apply speed brakes in order to increase the descent rate. So I've checked the Navigraph charts. I don't know, this plugin is not working right now. Sometimes it hangs. I'll just try it one more time. Yeah, it's not working. But the transition altitude for Islamabad International Airport is 130, 13,000 feet. Let's enter it, and that's it. So the plane is now following this vertical path. It will keep on changing, so no need to worry about it. But it's almost there. You are below this vertical path, which is good. So below 10,000 feet, I will turn on the lights. And also bring up this checklist for the approach. Let's keep it over here. Now the plane is below the transition altitude, so let's change the barometric pressure and press COM on the keyboard to get the latest barometric pressure, 908, which is here. So it's good. It's cloudy in Islamabad. So baro reference, let's check it, and now this plane will be below 10,000 feet. So let's turn on the seatbelt signs. And minimums, I have set the minimums, and let's set the auto brakes. This is the control, and let's set it to max. And the checklist is complete. And now we have the checklist for the landing. That's it. So I'll just keep it over here. Now the speed is reducing, so as long as this dot is over here in the middle or above, it's okay. But if it goes down, then you have to apply the speed brakes. So the runway is near. Let's turn on the LS as well. And let's turn on the lights, the wing lights, the runway turn off lights, the landing lights, and plus the nose light. That's it. So everything is on right now. And if you go to navigate, you will see that the course and the ILS frequency is already there. Now the charts have started to work. So it's good. Let's cross check the frequency. So let's go to navigate and let's check 111.3 IBAP, and the course is 0908, which is correct, and that's it. So now you can see that the plane is not following the vertical path. It's slightly above the vertical path. I can apply the speed brakes full, and now you can see that the speed is reducing and the vertical speed has increased. Now you can disengage the speed brakes. That's it. Now this time I can also activate approach. So let's go to performance and activate approach. Let's confirm it. The speed will further reduce. I can apply the speed brakes. The speed will not go below the green dot speed, and at 10 nautical miles I can start extending the flaps. Now you can see the vertical speed has increased, but still it's good. Now I can arm the ground spoilers. And now I can start extending the flaps. That's it. And at 8 nautical miles, I will extend the flaps to position 2. And let's also activate approach. That's it. I'm not going for the auto land. I tried it before when I was recording this video earlier. This auto land feature was not so good. So right now I'm not going to take the risk. Although once you activate approach, then you can activate autopilot and the plane auto lands. All you have to do is this, just like 30 feet above the ground or the runway. When you see flare over here on the FMA, you bring the thrust levers to idle, and then you once the plane touches the runway, you activate the reverse thrust. Heavy clouds in Islamabad right now. You can see it's monsoon season. And as now I have activated approach, so the plane will keep on descending. Now the runway is 6.4 nautical miles away. I can extend the gears, and I will extend full flaps. That's it. So the checklist is complete for the landing. Let's get the ILS view. Just 4 nautical miles away. So here is the runway.
100 above. Minimum. $50, $40, $30.
And bring the
retard. 5.
That's it. Below 80 knots, I can deactivate the reverse thrust. And that's it. Let's turn on the APU. So let's find a gate to park the plane. The APU is now available. So at the gate, before I connect the plane to the GPU, I can turn off the engines and still have the power. I can see some parking spots. If you're flying with Beyond ATC, it also gives you the direction to the gate. I think let's park the plane over here. The tuck is there. What, should I go forward or should I just stop here? I think let's stop here, and I can apply the parking brakes. I can turn off the lights, and I can turn off the engines. That's it. Now let's see if I can get the GPU. Yeah. Is it connected? No. I think I have to go forward a bit. Anyhow, this was the video that I just wanted to share with you guys. A walkthrough of the Flybywire Airbus A380. So hopefully this was a good video, and you will be able to fly this plane if you're using Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 or 2024. The basics remain the same. If you have any comments, you can use the comment section if you want to add anything to this video. And if you want to ask a question, the comment section is there for you. Thank you very much for staying with me. Have a nice day. Hope to see you soon.